today has been our big thaw, so the temperature raised quite a bit. I think it's actually 8 or 9 degrees Celsius right now. And if you can see across the way here, we're getting a lot of fog. So that's again another sure sign of things melting. And I can even see reflection where there's melting happening kind of at the top layer of the river. So that's really promising. Like, that's really cool. So very, very exciting. I'm just going to turn you around so you can see better. Look at that. It's just really cool. And let's see if I can actually zoom in. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, look at all the colors and the contrast of the colors. Really cool. And it's very still right now. Apparently we're supposed to get thunderstorms tonight, and we have to go to yoga. So we're gonna go to our yoga class for the evening, and then hopefully we'll be home before that starts. And I'll try to capture that if I can. That would be really cool. That would be our first storm. This morning we had a little bit of lightning, and like really early. I think it was 5:30 in the morning, and I saw some flashes of light. So that could be really cool if it's our first thunderstorm of the season. We're getting there. Hi, gorgeous. Hello. Oh, there's like a bunch of them. Yeah, you're okay.
Okay.
You're fine. Look at you, though. You're beautiful. Look how 4 of you guys. Yeah.
Well,
Bye.
Walk both ways.
That's right. I think one of the things that I've learned the most about this March time frame is just how messy it can be. And it's so confusing in terms of the coming through the season, so this transition period between winter and spring. It's quite messy because some days you'll have snow and blizzard-like conditions, and other days the temperature will raise and then you'll have rain or freezing rain, and it's just kind of sloppy. And I'll talk about it a little further on in this video, but this messy middle that we tend to be in March can also translate over to our lives. And how do we move through that messy middle of life, the chaos, the noise, gently and sort of softly, as opposed to forcing and pushing? I think that's one thing that I've been learning the most this month, is about the patience and the stillness and the gratitude for things to come, such as spring. So was creating this video, and I just thought about the title of it and what I wanted that to look like. And I realized that this is the messy middle. For a lot of us right now in our region here in Ontario, Canada, we've had quite the winter. And I mean, obviously some parts of the northern states have also been experiencing similar crazy weather. Lots of snow, northern Ontario, northern Canada, everything. It's just been quite the winter. And so I was thinking about something that my coach was talking about in a session a few weeks back. And it was this whole concept of the messy middle, and how when we go through this messy middle phase, that we have an opportunity to embrace and learn more about ourselves, and also kind of tap back into the gratitude and the patience when we are going through things, when we are navigating whatever we're navigating, and we're moving through that particular phase in our life. And so that's why I decided to title this particular kind of vlog style, little talking head style video about the messy middle, because I think it's so important that we are able to embrace that piece as well as the joy piece, like the contrast, right? That's exactly what I talked about in one of my other videos, is things, because that is where we can truly tap into the present moment and find that stillness, find that inner self, that inner sanctuary, and that inner wisdom. And I think that's really key when we're going through any type of crisis in our life. But I know for myself, when I was going through my 2 cancer journeys, I didn't actually understand any of this mindset stuff. I didn't have a coach. I had some therapists, yes, and some of them were really great at helping me to unpack some of the things I was going through. But when somebody can't meet you exactly where you're at because they haven't been through that phase of their life, they haven't had that experience, it's really quite challenging for them to speak to the authentic side of that piece that you're going through, and the real and the raw and the deep, dark, horrible times that you can go through. And so, yeah, this messy middle is this concept that I just love, because it's taught me how to embrace more of the stillness and the patience, which is not easy. And it's never been easy for me, because I'm literally not a fan of waiting for things to come through and to come, into the surface and all of that kind of stuff. I'm really not that patient. So I have been taught through this winter phase, literally, how to embrace this messy middle and become patient. And that spring will always come. It always does. It follows the seasons, it follows the patterns. And so now tapping into more of that intuitive side of how can we embrace those seasons in our life, so that it's like a flow as opposed to a resistance, and opposed to burnout and pushing and pressure. That is truly key, I think, in this healing phase and this journeying through life, and creating beyond the crisis, as I've talked about a lot in my Treehouse Principle book. And I literally have to take a page from my own book about the concept of understanding how we can look at crisis as the catalyst for change, and we can embrace all of the emotions that we go through, as opposed to punishing ourselves. I will tag this other video, the pivot versus punish. I do talk about that in terms of the physical body sense, when we're trying to kind of get back into our healthy bodies again and stuff like that. But I also talk about it on the mental side too, is the importance of embracing those healing phases. And like when you're having a day that you simply just don't have the energy to do anything other than rest, those are the times that we need to embrace it. And like winter is that season. Winter is the season of hibernation and stillness and rest and recovery. And spring is the time we're supposed to be creating new goals and starting to, I still don't like that word crush it. I think that's ridiculous. It's kind of like the no pain, no gain. I'm sorry, but it's not okay. We don't need to embrace that theory. In my opinion, I think we need to embrace the strength in the stillness, and the strength in the quiet times, and the strength in the things that we overcome. Because regardless of what our journey is, we all of us overcome some form of crisis, and we are in a global crisis again. So this is something else to keep in mind while we are navigating all of the crazy noise in the world. Be true to yourself, be kind to yourself, show up for yourself. And if you need stillness in your day to like continue to embrace that and continue to like protect your energy, that is your most important activity or, calendar entry for the day. So on that note, I wanted to just make sure that I expressed the importance of embracing the messy middle.
Hi, baby.